Hey everyone, it's Hirsch Wilson, and today is September 11th. I thought I'd take a break from talking about the pandemic and instead focus on this week. This is an important week for firefighters because today is the anniversary of 9/11. On that day, 343 firefighters were killed climbing up the towers to rescue people. They represented 75 fire stations in the greater New York area. Most of the year, I think about what they represent to me, and I'll get to that in a moment. But right now I want to talk about what they were as individuals. On our department in Santa Fe County, we have firefighters who have asthma and arthritis. We have firefighters who struggle with anxiety and claustrophobia. Some have anger issues. Some of them struggle with financial problems and relationship issues. One firefighter has PTSD from serving in Iraq. We have firefighters who are old, like me, who have our hands are stiff and cold from just being old, and they struggle getting into bunker gear late at night. The 343 firefighters were mostly in their 20s and 30s. There are some in their 40s, and even a couple that were my age in their 60s. Yet none of them were Odysseus or Achilles. All of them, each one of them, were just like us, fallible human beings joined together by a common cause. All of them suffered the same afflictions that are part and parcel of the human condition. That morning, life asked that most frightening question: are you brave? And 343 individuals trained to be brave, trained to do a job, said yes. After 9/11, a young firefighter asked me, is bravery something you're born with, or is it something you'll learn? Without even thinking, I said, it's something you'll learn. And maybe that was to cover up the doubts I had about myself. Had I learned enough? Was I experienced enough to do what the 343 had done? Courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is the ability to climb those stairs even when you're terrified, even when you're praying that you won't die. That's bravery. That's heroism. Most firefighters don't think of themselves as heroic, although many, when they begin the job, are enamored with the idea of being a hero. But firefighters don't want to die on the job, and it's really hard to plan a heroic moment. What happens is that out of the blue, that question is asked: are you brave? On the fire department, there might be a familiar hand on your shoulder, or an impulse you might reach out and put your hand on another firefighter's shoulder. And the message is that there's work to be done. There are people depending on us. We're here to save lives. And so you take one step forward. Firefighters absorb this in their pores, surrounded by a culture that goes back hundreds of years, by brothers and sisters who share common cause. But you never know if it's taken root in you until that question is asked. Now, in the midst of a pandemic, of a recession, and the cries for racial justice, we can learn to be brave. We can learn to be kind. And we can take the example of the 343 firefighters who climbed those towers on September 11th, 2001. They are always in my memory. So be brave, be kind, and fight fires.